Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of San Antonio by Night. We wanted to give you a quick update. We are so sorry that we missed you last week. Many of us were working on a charity stream in which we raised $4,000, a little over $4,000 actually, for Tomorrow Youth Repertory. The stream that we worked on was called Inclusion Check. You can find it here on Twitch as well. And you are welcome to go and look at that, and you can continue to support that great project for the next little bit. So as we jump into tonight's episode, we also want to share with you that there were some technical difficulties, and so the episode will end up being shorter than it normally is. We missed because of Inclusion Check and because of the US Thanksgiving holiday, and we are doing our best to get back on track for you. So it's our hope and our prayer that you will enjoy tonight's episode, and we cannot wait to share with you the wonderful shenanigans that are starting to go down. And so welcome to San Antonio this particular evening. Have a good night. One more thing I forgot to tell you. After our stream tonight, we are going to be running a stream of some of the cast, and if you would like to join us, we are going to live stream and just hang out and talk and answer any of your questions and try to do a little bit of audience hangout time. So feel free to join us after the episode. See you then. Welcome to San Antonio by Night. I'm Rose, and I will be your storyteller throughout this campaign. I'd like to let you know that we are playing Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition, although there are pieces of this particular story that will not match up with the lore. The city was itself created before the new system was released, and so there are parts of it that may not make any particular sense with the general lore, but we are trying our best to play within the new system. Please know that our group as a whole has had extensive conversations around safety and consent within this game. There will be times and transitions throughout our game that may not make sense to you. We are doing everything within our power to protect the safety of people in our homes, including children, our players at the table, as well as keep the content within what we have agreed to. We encourage everyone, any role player, to have these kinds of conversations with everyone at their table. But specifically tonight, we would like to offer trigger warnings and content warnings for the following things. As we enter into tonight's episode, I would like to give you a little bit of information about the city. San Antonio came into being in its current state around about 100 years ago. The city itself is functioning on the understanding that the Sabbat incursion is still happening from South America. Literally, pun intended, San Antonio is the last stand, if you will, into Camarilla territory. It finds itself with an interesting situation. It's got 5 governors, 6 kind of, if you count Steve, and primogens and a prince. The division of power is an intricate structure within the city, and our 5 brand new vampires have thrown a ringer into that situation. Our particular story takes place with players who are not playing what is typical for Vampire the Masquerade. Normally, people have been vampires for a period of time. We, on the other hand, have made a decision to take human players, throw them into the mix of this particular brood of vipers, and watch what happens as they slowly lose their humanity and become the monsters that we all know vampires to be. This particular season of this city will have themes of loss of humanity, of watching one dive deeply into the darkest parts of their soul and try to decide whether they will or will not come out the same on the other side. We hope that you enjoy this city as much as we do. Have a good night. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to San Antonio by Night. We are grateful that you are with us this evening, and I am Rose, and I will be your storyteller. I'm known as RPG Mom on the Tiki Talkies. Katie?
Hi, I'm Katie. I will be playing Sylvie, a gangrel who is just one by one pissing off the elder vampires. I'm known as Dungeon Mistress Katie on TikTok, and I guess Twitch too, if I ever do decide to stream something.
Yeah. Summer?
Hi, I'm Summer. I am known as the Saltiest Unicorn on TikTok. I play Izzy tonight, who is a chef that has just begrudgingly promoted her sous chef and is now working in the background.
So?
Hi, I'm Del or Moots. I'll be playing Amelia, the local gay disaster, as she tries to not have her girlfriend kill her friend, Sylvie, after Sylvie pissed on her leg. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Pearl. I'm Linen and Spice on TikTok, and tonight I'm playing Claudia Braithwaite, who is our cinnamon roll who is learning self-confidence now and just getting a handle on her dark side.
Yes. Villain arc. Arielle?
I am Rose of Stone on most social media, also known as Arielle, so we don't get confused between the roses in here. And I am playing Genevieve Wilson, the somewhat balance act Toreador who's trying to keep everything together and is not necessarily succeeding.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, as you all ended your last session, we pulled tarot cards for each of you. So you, the prince had let you out of the museum and sent you on your way. Each of you had pointed out, or at least identified, someone to train you in the use of your powers and in the ways of living life. That first night, you all separated and went back to your home territories within the museum and found you were adopted into staying with, at least that first night, someone within your region and or it within the museum itself. So the way we're going to do today is we're going to go around and I think I'm going to have each of you share a little bit about some of the things, the challenges you've had, the experiences that you and your character have had and that we've talked about. And then we will shift into sharing one of your kind of character moments for each of you. And then any other kind of wrap up things that we need to discuss. And we'll see how long that goes and if you all get to regroup or not today. So kicking us off.
Another normal weekly report. Last week's court ended a little bit unconventionally. City's new 5 favorite third tradition violations were unable to determine who was responsible for their creation, and they won the prize of continued existence. Their request to be a coterie, however, has been denied. Something to do with them just being days-old bags of trauma. In other news, small collections of shovelheads are believed to have attempted to infiltrate the city. It isn't going well for them. But do be on your guard. It's so embarrassing when these strays cause trouble. In other news, Victor is believed to have chosen a brand new plaything. When asked what made this newest toy special, he asked the prince to get her disgusting ghoul away from him. Perhaps it was the Crocs I was wearing at the time. Drink deeply, kindred. Drink deeply. Good evening, San Antonio. I'm Carson Dean, and finally we have yet just another normal weekly report. Last week's court ended a little bit unconventionally. City's new 5 favorite third tradition violations were unable to determine who was responsible for their creation, and they won the prize of continued existence. Their request to be a coterie, however, has been denied. Something to do with them just being days-old bags of trauma. In other news, small collections of shovelheads are believed to have attempted to infiltrate the city. It isn't going well for them. But do be on your guard. It's so embarrassing when these strays cause trouble. In other news, Victor is believed to have chosen a brand new plaything. When asked what made this newest toy special, he asked the prince to get her disgusting ghoul away from him. Perhaps it was the Crocs I was wearing at the time. Drink deep.
Claudia.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, darling. Would you like to tell us about your week?
Sure. So the card that was pulled for the tarot deck for Claudia was the adversary, and that has two components, growth and death. So for the growth part of Claudia's week, she, as instructed by her boss, she went back to work, but she's grown a little bit in confidence since last time she saw him. So
Yes, she has.
yeah, she has. So instead of avoiding his gaze, she now meets his gaze eye to eye. And she's beginning to learn to state her needs. So for instance, she's made it clear that she needs to be on night shift at the lab from now on, that is a requirement of her continued employment, basically. So she's starting to learn to stand up for herself in that context. For the death half of the card, that talks about mourning something, sort of learning something from the process of mourning something of grief. And in this case, slight curveball for Claudia, that's food. She has a lot of childhood memories and a lot of traditions that are centered around food. So at least a couple of times during the week, she has tried to eat some of what would have been her favorite foods.
You instantly vomit.
And she's very much struggling with that concept of not being able to stomach her favorite foods.
I just hear this chant every time Claudia meets her boss's eyes in the background. You just hear Amelia saying, "Claudia's gonna kill you."
Like a creepy kid
Yes.
in a horror movie. Yeah.
Not yet, but soon.
Soon.
Awesome. Okay, well, so, between restarting at work, gathering your things from your apartment, what would you like to do with your cat?
So, I'm assuming that eventually I'm going to be moving my things into Izzy's apartment. Had we settled on that? So I would
we can say there was a group text that went out that said that she was working on that they were working on shifting her apartment into safety for you all.
In that case, I would very much like to text the group and ask if it's okay with everyone if my cat comes and lives with us, because I'm not ready to let go of him just yet.
Does he still like you?
Ooh.
What color is he?
That is a great question.
He's
I
a different cat. He's gonna be dramatic as fuck.
would like to know, even or odd.
No,
Oh, no.
it was a good cat.
Oh
And this is why Vampire is a personal horror game.
no.
Even or odd.
Even.
Oh no.
10.
Oh.
So he's alive.
He
Thank
still
God.
Our
likes
new
you.
mascot.
He still likes you.
What color
Nice.
is he?
He's a grey tabby.
Okay, good. Because that would have been a really fun way to find out that Genevieve can't do white animals.
Oh wow.
That would
Okay.
have been hysterical though. Just hiding from the cat at all times. They're like the scene in The Mummy. Look what I got.
Yeah, Izzy,
You too?
I think Izzy and Genevieve picked one of the same folkloric banes.
Wow.
Interesting.
I'm so glad he's not a white cat then.
Izzy and Genevieve would just be like, okay, no.
Sure, you could bring him along. No, that thing, no.
Not that one.
That's a demon, and I know demon.
Awesome. So, remind me the cat's name. I'm sorry.
Pebbles.
Pebbles. All right. So Pebbles will be coming along. Pebbles likes you.
Thank goodness.
We will have to decide how Pebbles feels about everyone else at a later date. Specifically, the other cat-like creature is the one I'm most interested in.
Oh shit! Yeah, good point.
Gangrel.
Okay, so one of your knights, Sombra, arrives at the end of your shift. And it is Sombra and two other Tremere. After you've had some of your training throughout the week, you guys are kind of weaving it in. She's giving you an opportunity to kind of have kept in with your job. She's implied that like your nights might get a little busier, and that she's not very sure how long you're going to want to keep this job, but she also acknowledges that you can keep the job so you can keep close to the guy so that you can kill him and then you'll be on your way. So Sombra and the other two roll up, tires screeching at the end of one of your shifts. And she essentially parks your car in.
Hello, what's going on?
Get in.
Get in, loser. We're going shopping.
I get in the car.
I'm having feelings.
And she's like, "Want to know what I do?"
I do.
And there's chatter going on amongst the other ladies, giving locations, dates, and Sombra is driving like a bat out of hell. Like
Nice.
the most aggressive driving you have ever seen. And by the way,
So the way you drive.
I mean, she is your NPC. She came out of your brain.
I feel personally attacked.
Because you are being
personal.
Sorry.
Time and I'm feeling so
I
attached.
had this tiny fey voice talking in my ear. That's all.
Betray the Bruja.
Watch-
This tiny
Watch
bar.
your shit before you play.
Oh no.
Watch your shit. I'm actually having trouble channeling my Sombra voice anyway. So she's driving like a bat out of hell, and is headed almost directly south. She gets on the loops, goes out the outer loops, and is headed into the kind of deserty area, like a more flat part of the southern part of the city that is less populated. When you all, at some point, she gets a phone call. It's very short. All you can tell is that the conversation appears to be with Steve. Would you like to have any conversations in the car? You're in the car for about 5 minutes. 10 minutes. the way she's driving?
For the first few minutes, Claudia is kind of white knuckling the seat, but then once she's relaxed a little bit, she's talks herself into kind of going with the flow on this one. So what do you do?
This is the strike squad, which I told you about.
Oh. And I turn around and
Yes, ladies.
turn around and say, "It's lovely to meet you," to the other women.
She is so sweet. We're gonna take her to go kill someone, and she's like, "You're so lovely." That's one of them.
I mean, it's nice to be civil and have friends.
The other one just like nods, says good.
So what are we doing? Where are we going tonight?
There has been another entrance with the Sabbat.
Mhm.
We found a base. We're going to go fuck it up.
Okay. What's the plan?
Fuck it up.
I gathered as much. So do we just like walk in the front door and fuck it up, or how do we do this?
Yes, I'm very much a kick in the door kind of woman.
That makes sense. Okay.
All we know is that it's small. They're trying to set up a base of operations and communication in our border. We found it. They go down.
Okay. How many Sabbat are we expecting?
4.
Okay. Do we know about any of their special skill sets or anything that we need to watch out for?
All I know is that 2 of them are Tunisi.
I'm not familiar with that.
Bone melders.
Oh. Okay. What can they do?
Meld bone.
So in the context of a fight, what would that look like?
I would anticipate that they have affected their bodies as their own weapons. And she takes like a really fucking hard jerk. Don't worry, if I wreck, you'll live.
Good to know.
Vampires can't die in car crashes.
Take some aggravated
If they explode and
damage.
it's set on fire, that might be
Fire.
a different
Unless
story.
they like get decapitated, in which case, sorry, fine. But
Or, you know, if the
actually
bundle of steaks in the back happens to go flying around during the car crash.
Everyone goes to sleep instantly.
So, question is, Claudia, are you coming in? Or are you just going to watch?
I'd like to come in.
Are you going to participate or are you going to watch if you come in?
I need a chance to practice.
How much practice do you want?
all the practice.
I want to practice. Let's do this.
How much practice do you want, child?
As much as I can get.
Okay.
You're gonna kill 4 of them. All
I'll do
4.
my best.
It's like that meme of like,
So-
don't you just want to go ape shit sometimes?
So, you all pull up. You are in a wooded area. She has identified for you where the entrance is.
and instructs each of you to come in to the kind of bunker. It's like an underground bunker that you found. It's pretty well hidden, but they knew exactly where, kind of almost exactly where they were and what they were looking for. So Sombra instructs you all to come in shortly after her, but she basically wants to give the signal that it's safe for you all to come in. Your experience of her in this, like, she has been very kind and warm to you, but there is like a darkness that has come over her. She has tunnel vision. She speaks very precisely, very short orders to everyone else. The one who speaks very little nods like nothing. The other one seems to be more of like the playful one of the trio, and is much more trying to engage with you than even Sombra at this point. You pull up and she just like, she's not engaged with you. You are on staff. And so she goes up, rips the front door off of the bunker, and essentially dives right in. You hear a little bit of noise. Yeah, Sombra, good roll. Yes. So sorry, I got
Excited.
Yeah, it's like 3 successes for this first part of the scene. So she comes in, you hear like crashing and yelling starts, and this high-pitched whistle comes out. And as soon as the whistle hits, the other 2 basically start down the bunker. What would you like to do?
I will follow the other 2, probably a little bit behind, because I wasn't familiar with the signal.
Sure.
But yeah, I follow them.
Okay. You come in, and Sombra has her foot on the throat of a humanoid figure on the ground, like stiletto shoving in the Adam's apple.
Damn.
And then like just points like to the other 2. And they split. What would you like to do? You're gonna follow one of them, you're gonna stay in the room with Sombra.
I'm gonna stay with Sombra.
Okay. She says, here's 1, we're looking for 4.
Okay. So are they space-wise? The 2 of them split into separate rooms?
Yeah, they divided into different areas of that. So it's like a round bunker, essentially. You walk into
Okay.
one room, and they kind of like took the outer halls.
Okay. So
There is a door. There is a door in front of you in the room you're in as well.
I'll sort of point towards that door in front of me and ask Sombra, should I?
No, I am not telling you how to do this. Make a fucking decision. And she like shoves her heel like into the throat of the one. I'm a little busy.
Okay, deep breath, and then she will try the door handle.
It's unlocked.
All right, cool. Open the door and see what I can see.
It seems to be kind of like an office. You immediately get shot at.
Okay. I will sort of duck to the side of so that I'm just next to the doorway rather than in it.
Okay.
Is it a like it's not a machine gun, is it? It's a
No, it's just like a single shot.
okay. Claudia and also me knows nothing about guns except
Sure.
what she's seen in movies. So what she's going to try and do is count the number of shots that have gone off.
Okay. There was just the one. And it seemed like a wild shot. Like it was not like a aimed shot. It was just kind of like somebody had planned on shooting and that door opened.
Okay. Okay, she's gonna look back at Sombra just to see if she can make eye contact.
Sombra will tap her wrist.
All right.
And then fucking kick the shit out of the one on the
I'm gonna run into the room.
Okay. You do not see anyone directly that you immediately scan around, but you have heightened senses, do you not?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You hear like someone like mumbling to themselves under the desk.
Okay. So is it one of those desks that's like has the front bit so you can't see underneath it? Okay. During my week so far, would I have had the opportunity to try like kicking stuff in just to see if I can actually do that strong thing that everybody else seems to be able to do?
Sure, if you wanted to.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to kick the front of the desk.
Okay.
Like horizontally.
Got it. It caves.
What do I find on the other side? Well, like, what do I find when my foot...
You find a, like, kind of just regularly dressed person who doesn't actually seem to, like, your brain goes, is this a human? And you immediately realize, like, oh, these Sabbat probably also have a ghoul.
Okay. Can I tell for certain? Like, is that something that I can sense? Can I tell for certain that they're a human?
Yeah, I mean, you have a pretty good sense. Your blood kind of gives you a little bit of that. They carry themselves like a ghoul.
Okay.
Now that you've seen several.
Okay. I assume that they're on the ground, I assume, or like crouching sort of
Yeah,
thing?
they're crouching.
Okay. I'm going to copy what Sombra did, which is to put my foot on their throat.
Sure. So you you grapple them, throw them to the ground, put their foot on in their throat. Okay, perfect. Then what?
What are you doing here?
We're trying to set up base.
Give me one reason why I should not kill you.
My mom's name is Mary.
Fuck. I'm gonna kick them in the head to try and knock them out.
Roll a brawl and strength.
Sorry, a brawl, did you say?
Yeah, and strength.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Careful not to cave their skull in.
I'm rolling one die. This isn't gonna cave the skull in anymore, I don't think.
How are you rolling? Oh, because you just strength. You don't have any in brawl.
Correct.
Okay.
It's a 9, so a single success.
Okay. You kick them pretty damn hard, but they're not knocked out. You kick them hard, but they're not knocked out.
I step down with my foot on the throat. I put my full weight into it.
All right. Roll your strength. Just succeed.
It's a 7. It's a success.
Okay. You slowly like shove the heel of your shoe down into their throat, and like they start to gargle. And as he's starting to gargle and feel like he's starting to pass out, he just goes, "Mama."
No.
I just hold my foot there until everything stops. And then I'll check for signs of life. I'll go back to the doorway and look for Sombra.
When you turn around, you see her like smiling at you, and then she goes, "Watch this."
Oh no.
And you see her. Let me see how it goes. Just for funsies. So you see her smile, raise an eyebrow, and then suddenly blood starts coming out of every organ of the vampire underneath her. And she says, "This is the best way to get their fight day." And like, just like blood shifts. It's like you've been taught in the last like recently about like the masquerade and how like we're supposed to do things under a certain level. But the description is blood flies from arteries directly into the mouth of the caster.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
So I'm sorry, what's up? You're muted.
I am not there, but is Sombra diabolizing someone in front of Claudia?
It's not quite diablerie.
Not quite, okay.
In line.
I was trying to figure out, you happened to walk away the minute that Sombra had her foot on someone's neck. It's like, you missed it.
It's not quite diablerie. No, because you would have to drink all of them. It's just enough for a feeding.
Hello, predator type.
And then she says, "You probably have other work to do." finishes and just like snaps the neck of the one underneath her. You go to the left, and she takes off the other way.
Go to the left.
All right, you find the other SWAT team members. Everybody is already dead. It was a matter of 2 minutes, the whole thing.
Should we go through the stuff that's here? Like, should we look for any information?
Okay, come. We sweep and kill. They'll sweep and find information. And she says, she picks up the phone and goes, Dat, we're done. Hangs up. Let's go. And walks out the front door.
I'll follow her out.
All right. As you're all getting in the car, she stops and grabs your wrist and looks you in the eye. Doesn't say anything, just looks at you.
I've never killed anyone before. How long does it take before it doesn't feel like this anymore?
The first 100 or so.
$99 to go.
That a girl. And she drops your wrist and hops in the front seat.
I'll hop in
Okay.
the car with her.
Is there anything else you'd like to do? They drop you off at your apartment without your
So
car.
much trauma.
So I'm going to go into my apartment, practice my ritual, and then cry myself to sleep.
All right. Sounds good. Anything else you'd like to share about your week? Claudia?
I think that's all.
Okay. Hey. Sylvie, would you like to tell everyone about your week?
Sure. So I drew the Elemental Tarot, and there are two components to it, which are completion and closure. Regarding the completion, she has managed to survive largely on her own after saving her mom's life at 12 and subsequently getting kicked out of the house because of her methods. She is using meditation to give herself grace for what she's gone through, as well as credit for what she has survived. Closure, Sylvie's finally starting to accept that she'll likely never see Emma again, and she's trying to accept that. She's also done some pretty awful things in her life, and she's coming to terms with those. And she is using meditation as well to stop thinking about her past and focus on moving forward with her life.
Okay.
And so this week, Sylvie stayed with Zara and Kai, and she was learning to control her animalism so that she can use that when she needs to, rather than it sort of taking over her. And also, she's meditating every night with Kai to control her temper, because that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So she's starting she's trying to learn how to breathe and well, not breathe, but like, we don't need
Yeah.
but whatever the vampire version of that is, like, stay
You can
centered.
still breathe. Yeah.
Stay centered. And she is also working on strengthening her fortitude, because she's been pissing off a lot of the elder vampires, and she really wants to survive.
How many dots has she got again?
She has 2 dots. 2 dots in fortitude.
How much help would you like with that on the fortitude training?
How much help?
Yeah. Are you asking for help, or are you trying to strengthen yourself? Do you want?
Mm-mm.
do
I
you
would
want
have
them-
Zara help me figure that out.
Okay. Would you like Steve to be involved?
Like as a punching bag?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
It's fine with me.
Amazing.
Steve, Zara at one point calls Steve in and kind of like, because Zara is not as strong as Kai and Steve. And so she has them help you with that part of your training. They do more, you know that scene in A Knight's Tale where they like put him in the armor and like run
Mhm.
rams against him and stuff?
Yeah.
Like it's a lot like that. Like
Sure.
they're like putting you more through like an obstacle course
That's fine. That sounds
of
fun.
like physical,
Torture.
not torture, but like strain to like show you how physically strong you are versus how mentally strong you think that you are. They're trying to show you like that you can take more than you think you can.
That's fair.
But they're coaching you through it. Like both Steve and Kai are like, nobody's just like running you through a torture ram, right?
Mhm.
Like they're like, okay, stand your ground. That they're like coaching you through it, and you see this kind of aspect of Steve that is firm, and like, but you also realize like why everyone respects him. Like why there seems to be such high level of respect for Steve, because he actually carries himself with much like much more composure than you would think from a man who ripped a guy's arm off a couple days before, right? And you're starting to realize like maybe that was a significantly higher egregious than you had thought.
Gotcha. So yeah, she's spending a lot of time with Kai, even though Zara is the one technically training her. She sort of sees both of those things as equally important because they're doing different things.
Sure. Yeah. And Zara really works with you more on like the animalism, the animalistic tactics, helps you like figure out how to feed, kind of runs you through some common things that you know, like takes you in the woods and like talks to you about like fire and those kind of things, and how like the different ways in which you can be affected. Since you've already frenzied, you now know what a frenzy is like, and so everyone is trying to help you understand how to avoid the frenzy since you've experienced it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, because if I frenzy, I could very easily give up the masquerade, and we don't want that.
Right. Okay, so one evening, Kai like has this like kind of cheeky look on his face, and he's like, hey, what are you doing?
Just about ready to meditate. What are you doing?
I'm just wondering how you might be. I mean, you fed, right? Like you fed, you're good. You're not like super hungry.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm just like
Yeah,
I don't know, but like I have this group that I like. They play drums,
Okay.
and I just like I'm wondering if like you want to go to the drum circle with me tonight, and like I can show you some things. Like this is not sexual, please don't. I mean, I'm not trying to be creep. I just like I'm wondering if like maybe you want to experience the world a little differently.
Sure.
The way I. Also, how do you feel about drugs?
I'm
I mean,
I'm
like,
good.
cause like the people
What
I'm
are we
with.
talking about? Like, what are we talking about though? Like, are we talking like shooting of heroin? Are we talking about pot?
No, like some, like.
You have to be specific.
Okay.
Specific pot?
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
At least. Okay. Yeah, no, it's fine.
Okay. I just want to I don't want to put you in a position where you're like really uncomfortable.
No, I'm fine.
Like they are my friends.
Yeah. It's fine.
Okay. And he
Friend werewolf friends or friends?
he looks around. He's like, do you know where Zara is?
No, I think she left a little while ago.
Perfect. Let's go now. Now.
Okay.
He just takes off.
Mission Impossible.
I just follow him. I run after him.
As you may gather, Kai runs everywhere.
Sure.
So Kai's like running, and he's like, okay, so we're gonna go to this drum circle. I'm gonna introduce you to my friends, and you see him get kind of just like a giddy kid who's it's to take someone with him out for the night.
Okay.
Okay, so you get to the drum circle, and it's all the usual suspects.
Okay.
There are djembes, there are tambourines, there are halter tops. Somebody is definitely dropping acid. Everybody is just there's clearly some kind of event happening, and there's this discussion about about the moon phase that you hear from this one person who's definitely a human, and you're not sure if it's alt belief bullshit, or if Kai brought you to this to keep you out of the way during a moon cycle.
Gotcha. Yeah.
What would you like to do at the party?
I mean, I just stick with Kai and just sort of do what he does, because this is completely new for me.
Just he gets there and literally lets his dreads down and just soul dances to the
Oh.
music.
So yeah, I might not do. I might just sit near him and just get my bearings a little bit. figure
At
out
one
what's
point,
going on.
Kai is okay. Sylvie, I would like to introduce you to my friend Star. And there's just this little kind of pixie type. He's she has offered to let you feed on her.
Ooh.
Okay.
And you're having this is off to the side.
Yeah.
She's comfortable with this within her soul. And she's willing to be a part of your journey if you would like that.
Okay. Yeah, let's do this.
Okay. So he like teaches you how to feed on her in a way that like, especially since you're not super hungry. But and then like get a clean fight, all those things, and then he remember. What are your class disciplines? Do you guys have the trying to figure out how he would well, he's skilled enough. Anyways, she seems like a little entranced.
Mm-hmm.
Like she probably won't remember this exchange.
Yeah.
But like you believe that like Kai had cleared it.
Yeah.
Okay. So after you like feed on her, he teaches you how to have like a clean fight, comes off clearly. You immediately, like as you're drinking, get this like like you are suddenly shifted into a trip that you were not previously having. And Kai's like, this is how we do drugs.
Good to know.
And he just like backs up, like, oh fuck, is she gonna hit me? Like,
I am confused but feeling quite good.
He just like takes you to the dance circle.
Everything is so nice. Everybody is so pretty.
Yeah. And you just have like the loveliest of like euphoric type evenings for a little while. As it kind of starts to settle, right? Seems to have like worked itself a little bit out of your system. Kai like takes you off into the woods and shows you this like beautiful waterfall. And like he just like goes and like sits on the top of the waterfall and like kicks his feet.
Okay, I sit down with him.
How's it going, man?
That was new.
Yeah. Please don't tell Zara that I taught you how to do drugs.
I won't tell Zara. We probably should not go home until I'm not like this, though. Should probably stay put until I have come off of it entirely.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. It's not really my default mode, and she might have questions.
yeah, that's fair.
So here's a question I have for you.
Sure, man.
You said that before I fed on the hot girl, who I should have gotten her name, possibly remember. Star. You did tell me her name, and I probably should have gotten her
like
phone
Star
number too.
Child. I don't know if it's her real name, but it's what we call her.
Gotcha. So you said she'd given consent to doing this, like she was good.
Yeah.
How does that work?
She consented to being part of your journey.
I understand that. I'm asking, like, since we're not supposed to tell people about vampires, and she's a human, is she a ghoul?
No.
Is she a gangrel ghoul?
No, we don't have any ghouls.
Okay. So how does that work?
Some people like get like real into the kiss, you know?
Okay. I'm not sure that answers my question. I'm just trying to figure out, like, how would you get somebody, I guess it's good for me to know, how would you
Like
she's
on drugs. So
sure,
like,
I figured that out, Kai. I figured that out.
Oh, right. So she like
Yeah,
probably won't remember.
Right.
But she's somebody who lives like in a state of sadness because she was like bit once by this toreador, and like they kind of got addicted. She like kind of got addicted to like the kiss, you know?
Mm-hmm. Was it Victor? I feel like that's something Victor would do.
No, man. She found this one and was like seduced, and now she like wants it. So like, you know, like it's complicated.
So on the topic of seductions,
Yeah.
Do
man.
vampires have sex?
No, man.
What?
Well, like not the way that like. Okay, so like dudes need a lot of blood in a particular area.
Oh, that's fair.
And
That's fair.
Like you gotta like you with me, man?
Okay, let me put it this way. Do vampire, like, could she and I have,
I mean,
because I don't need blood
Yeah.
flow to do anything.
I mean, it's just different because like the sensations are different. But like
Okay.
it's ways, and it's way more intense if you're with another vampire, because then you can like bite each other and shit.
Sex Ed Vampire Edition.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, maybe you should talk to your new friend about it after she spends her next week.
I'm sorry?
I just was implying that Amelia and Trixie were probably gonna get it on. That was probably inappropriate. I apologize.
No, you're fine. I just didn't hear it. It wasn't.
Oh, okay. I
Fine.
just
I
like
love how his inner
we
frat
all
boy
assume
keeps
it.
coming out and then he has to apologize for it.
sorry.
I assumed that they would be having sex.
I'm just saying, like, she might be more able to like give you the like woman on woman vampire like girl talk thing that like I can't.
You're saying Trixie could tell me? Because
I think she wants to kill you.
yeah,
I would
yeah,
ask
no, dude.
Amelia.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Amelia's not been a vampire very long, so like I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
but I have a feeling Trixie will teach her. I did. I can only speak from my own journey, man. Okay.
Yeah, Trixie hates me.
She does, dude.
She really
Fuck
does.
that up.
I didn't
She's
know that I was
kind
gonna
of like.
yeah.
I mean, like she might talk a lot of shit, but like she's kind of territorial, like a wolf.
Like a wolf.
I
Isn't that our job?
know, that's what I was doing. Like she hates what she sees in us that is true to her spirit.
So what else can you tell me, Kai, that is something I should know?
Like after time, you know, like no matter what happens, Emma will die.
Okay. Because of like age.
Right.
Okay. I wasn't sure what you meant.
And so like that's part of it, man.
I mean, if we find her, maybe we can make something work where she gets turned eventually too.
I don't know, dude.
I mean, I'm kind of learning to accept that I'll never see her again because she is
We'll
really good at hiding.
We'll try. We're trying.
I know.
But like, it's actually kind of weird, right? I mean, like, nobody gets turned just like more than one at a time. Like Sarah and I are weird like that. And then like you guys like show up like 5 of you at once.
Mhm.
I just like don't know that like if you want to stay in the city that like anybody's gonna let you.
I find it interesting that I know for a fact that the two of you didn't turn me. Like one of you didn't, because I don't have that
we don't
pull.
fucking do that.
I know. I'm just saying, like, I understand that. What I'm saying.
I wouldn't put this life on somebody.
What do you mean?
Like, not without allowing. Like, it shouldn't make those decisions quickly, but sometimes you have to.
So what you're saying is if I wanted to get, I mean, this is hypothetical because we don't even know if we can find her, but if I wanted to make an arrangement for Emma, like do the petition thing that Trixie was doing. I'm sorry, I don't think I know that.
I would have talked about that. That's fine.
Yeah, no, I realized that as soon as it came out of my mouth. Dang,
You know about it.
No, you know about
I
it.
do?
Keep going. Yeah.
No, cool. So like the petition that Trixie had to turn Amelia eventually, that wouldn't be something that would be okay here with you guys.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
You're too young.
No, I don't mean now. But like, I think it's going to be a long. I mean, eventually. I mean,
Yeah.
I have forever. Provided something
Right.
doesn't happen.
But like, is she gonna want that in 20 years? How long she gotta wait for you to be old enough?
Yeah, I don't know. I am
Like,
coming to terms.
It's like unfortunate, man. Like, you gotta do stuff what you gotta do in the moment.
I'm kind of coming to terms with the fact that I will never have her in my life again.
Then you can't get closure, dude. We'll find her.
And then what? I mean, how
We'll
am I
find her.
supposed? Okay, but then how am I supposed to explain why I can't?
Everybody's gotta make their own choice. Some people fake their own death. Because it's easier on the people that they love.
Yeah, I don't know that I could like break up with her, which I think is the only.
And sometimes, yeah, I mean, like, some people just go through extremes and like, oh, I'm having a mental health breakdown. Fuck you all, I'm leaving and dye my hair.
Shave it off.
Even though, like, it's all a lie, you know? Like, you gotta throw yourself under the bus sometimes. Because it protects other people.
There's a lot more to this than I realized at first.
Yeah, dude, it's fucked. But watch this, and he just like fucking takes off and jumps off the edge of the waterfall and like dives into the pool.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna do the same thing because it looked like fun.
Yeah.
As the water hits your body. Tingly, tingly, tingly.
And he like gets out, swims, and like throws his arm around you. He's like, "It's all right, little sis. We got you."
Aw.
Sylvie gets a little teary. I've never had a big brother before.
Duh. Neither have I.
I love play.
Well, I'm glad I have you. This would be hard enough without having actual people who give a shit. Because God knows if I were a Toreador.
Yeah, I mean, just like think about your poor friends, you know. Some of them are in real deep shit.
Well, I'm in kind of deep shit too, but at least I don't have to worry about my.
I just mean like
religion.
with the clan stuff.
Yeah. At least my primogen and my governor are awesome.
With this shit!
Yeah. So I am happy to be here.
You like us. We're gonna adopt you and take you to do drugs.
Don't tell Zara.
But don't tell Zara. Don't tell Zara. Also, like, sometimes Steve comes out here and does this to this, but like, I'm sorry.
Oh shit. Steve comes out and does drugs with you?
I don't do him. I don't take.
Oh, you don't. Oh,
I don't eat humans, dude. We talked
Okay.
about it.
so I.
It would be really good. Like, you have to like shoot a lamb full of something. Like, okay, so like it has to metabolize in their blood, and like that's the only way. And so like it would be really like, since I don't bite humans, like it's a thing.
What about the goats who drink fermented fruit on purpose?
There's oh, puppy!
It's a puppy.
Puppy!
And there is Kai's latest snack.
No.
No.
Oh, he's so cute.
Sorry. Garu's making a guest appearance because he's terrorizing everybody else right now.
A man.
Apologize, puppy time.
It's a man.
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 Like, so he thinks he's a lapdog, and when he's 110 pounds, he'll still think he's a lapdog.
Yep, that's how big dogs get.
Yup.
This one.
You don't need leg circulation. What's that?
All right.
The bigger they are, the smaller they think they are. So
I know. I know.
Okay.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'm curious now, since you don't feed on, why don't you feed on people?
I have a lot of rules that I put on myself because I'm paid penance.
I don't think it's my business to ask for what. But I'm trying to ask this delicately. If you don't feed on people who are drugged out, how is this your constant state? That's my question. Because
I have learned to accept the journey that's been placed before me, and I've opened my mind.
is that what it is? Okay,
Kai has reached a higher state of being.
that's okay. I appreciate.
I think people like to assume that if I'm on drugs, it's less scary for them to have to accept that, like, maybe there's a greater path that they could be on.
Fair enough.
Ooh.
What?
Out of character vampire nerd going, Kai's not on the path of humanity. Interesting. Which is one thing I miss from Dark Ages that isn't in modern day very much. That is very cool. Anyway, sorry, vampire nerd is going away now.
But yeah, I mean, just I don't want to lose every part of who I was.
You don't have to, man. Look, like, at some point you'll have to make a choice. We all have to make a choice.
What choice is that?
Do you give in to the monster or not? What parts of yourself do you actually like? What parts are you willing to get rid of so that you don't have to live with those parts of yourself forever? Whether they like it or not, they're all on a journey.
Okay.
But we all have to make choices.
Yeah. I'm curious once that time comes. because obviously the choice can be, I can say now that I would like to retain my humanity, but depending on what happens between now and when I make that choice, a lot
All we can do is make the best decision we have in front of us at the time.
Mhm.
Most decisions can be fixed. We've got forever,
Fair enough.
but some decisions can't.
Like killing somebody that can't be reversed.
Right. Unless you talk to like your Tremere friend, I'm sure they can do that. They can fucking do everything.
Wait,
It's really like creepy.
the Tremere, they can resurrect people?
I don't fucking know, dude.
That's
I don't know
amazing.
what they can do. I don't understand it. Like sometimes they like, I like, what the fuck, man? That bitch is scary. She scares me. She scares me so much.
Here's the thing, Kai. Everybody
She's
is
scary, man. She's like,
so are you.
no.
I don't think you're scary, but I'm saying like everyone knows. Everyone talks about how. Yeah, everyone. Everyone talks about how you're one of the strongest ones. That
Right. I intentionally work at not being scary as fuck.
that okay. I guess it's more the concept of what you could do if you were to get angry.
But I don't.
You're
man.
not an angry
This
person.
is what I'm trying to work on. Oh, fuck. And just like Fredrock.
Oh no,
Oh, poor Kai.
I'm so sorry. And I run after him.
I don't want to talk anymore, man.
I'm sorry. You're not scary. You're not. I think people respect you and have an underlying, maybe a little underlying fear of just what you could do, but you're not scary. I chose my words wrong. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And Sylvie like awkwardly tries to hug Kai while they're running.
And he like stops and is like, I accept your signs of affection. And like gives you a hug.
Okay.
And we're gonna leave that scene there.
Yeah.
What else would you like to do with your crazy ass week?
I don't know. We were talking about maybe helping Hack. Do we want to do that?
Yeah, we'll just talk about it.
Yeah.
So, Zara like encourages you that like a big part of Vampire Society is building alliances within the society, and like as the outcasts, like the known outcasts, like it's your job. Like you need to be, in her opinion, like as friendly and as helpful as possible.
To that.
To
everyone.
all of them.
Okay.
But that there's kind of this like mutual connection between the Nosferatu and Gangrel, because the Nosferatu are natural outcasts, and you all are outcasts because of the greater clan decision that not any of the three of you had anything to do with.
Right.
And like Zara's commitment to stay within the Camarilla is made like abundantly clear to you.
Okay.
That like she believes deeply that the only way that she and Kai will remain safe in Vampiric Society is through the Camarilla.
That makes sense.
And so but she encourages you to like build a relationship with Dad, and like when she finds out you have like like hacking skills and those kind of things. She kind of like tells you like go be an outcast with the outcasts, like make friends with the outcasts. Like that's the best way.
Mhm.
Because
Would
the popular kid club will eat you alive in this city.
The plastics. So would Shia know that I've been telling off the elder vampires?
Oh,
here
she's
and there?
heard about it. Yeah. She's and she has like a conversation with you, which we can have in text, but that essentially amounts to like, when in doubt, do not bring up the werewolves ever.
Oh, okay.
Because everyone is suspicious of that, and like explains to you like how it came off as a threat, that like we were gonna send the werewolves in.
Okay.
And like that she has spent much of this week at the table with the other primogens and governors, like sorting out that like they are not sending the werewolves in.
Okay.
And so like you just wipe it from your memory and do not let the W word fall upon your lips in the presence of other vampires.
Okay.
Is her suggestion.
Okay, I can try. Okay, so
try.
I help Dat.
Yeah. Dat put you on finding out if you can see if there was a program or something that had come in and like edited out, or if it was hardwired out. What happened at Brew and at the military base.
Okay.
And we can roll that later.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Anything else?
I don't think so. I think that's it.
Okay.
I just need to express my emotional pain because I just realized that Zara's staying in the Camarilla so Kai doesn't have to become a monster. Because the only way he'll survive in the Sabbat and what the rest of the Gangrel clan will expect of him is for him to be a complete and utter monster. And now I'm heartbroken. Fuck you. Those two are like sibling goals that I will never have.
Same.
But like,
We love Kai. Ugh, love
I love
Kai.
Zara. She'll keep the dark away for Kai.
Oh, I love
and
Zara too. Don't
make
get me
all the
wrong.
shit just so he can be his higher power. I'm all like, ooh. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on San Antonio by Night.
We're grateful that you guys are with us tonight on San Antonio by Night, and we will see you soon.
Subscribe.
Yeah! Subscribe to our channel! Please.
Give us your money.